The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of DigiAll. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to DigiAll Tech News. Today is Friday, February 20th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. We've got a packed show today with major developments from India's Global AI Summit, some awkward moments between rival tech CEOs, growing concerns about AI's impact on workers, and another trade secrets case hitting Google. Let's dive in. World leaders converge in New Delhi for India's Global AI Summit, the first of its kind in a developing nation, with UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres calling for a $3 billion fund to make AI accessible to all. An awkward moment between OpenAI's Sam Altman and Anthropic's Dario Amodei at the India AI Summit goes viral, highlighting the deepening rivalry between the two AI giants. A new survey reveals 64% of Americans believe AI will lead to fewer jobs over the next 20 years, fueling concerns about a resurgence in worker movements and labor activism. Google faces another trade secrets theft case as a former engineer, her husband and sister are charged with stealing confidential information about the Tensor processor used in Pixel smartphones. US stocks slip as fears about AI disruption continue to rattle markets, with booking holdings plunging 6% on concerns that artificial intelligence could erode its travel booking business. The Global AI Summit in New Delhi is making history as the first major international AI meeting held in a developing country. This 5-day event, which wrapped up yesterday, brought together thousands of attendees and some of the biggest names in tech and politics. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres didn't hold back, warning that AI's future cannot be left to what he called, quote, the whims of a few billionaires, end quote. He's pushing for a $3 billion global fund to ensure open access to AI technology for everyone. French President Emmanuel Macron emphasized that Europe is determined to shape AI rules alongside allies like India, noting that Europe is not just focused on regulation, but also wants to be a space for innovation and investment, though a safe one. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is positioning his country as a major AI player, highlighting recent model launches by Indian companies and stating that, quote, the AI model, which succeeds in India, can be deployed all over the world, end quote. Modi believes we're entering an era where humans and intelligent systems co-create, co-work, and co-evolve. Interestingly, Bill Gates withdrew from speaking at the summit due to renewed questions about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein, with a Gates Foundation official replacing him. Speaking of the India summit, one moment that caught everyone's attention was the awkward encounter between Sam Altman of OpenAI and Dario Amodei of Anthropic. When Prime Minister Modi asked the 13 tech CEOs on stage to join hands for a photo, Altman and Amodei, who were standing right next to each other, noticeably avoided hand contact for several seconds before raising their fists instead. The moment went viral on social media and symbolizes the deep rivalry between these two AI giants. Altman later told Indian media outlet Money Control that he was confused about what was happening, saying he wasn't sure what they were supposed to be doing. The tension goes back to Amodei's departure from OpenAI to co-found Anthropic in 2021 with a focus on AI safety. The rivalry has only intensified, especially after Anthropic ran Super Bowl commercials ridiculing OpenAI's ads, prompting Altman to criticize them as dishonest on social media. It's a fascinating glimpse into the personal dynamics shaping the AI industry. While tech CEOs are optimistic about AI's potential, workers are increasingly anxious. A 2025 Pew survey reveals that 64% of the public believes AI will lead to fewer jobs over the next 20 years, and only 17% of Americans see a positive effect on the country. The Guardian's new Rework series is exploring how this anxiety might actually fuel a resurgence in worker power and labor movements. Experts are seeing a dissolution of traditional class divisions, with blue-collar workers fearing replacement by robots, while white-collar workers worry their jobs will become more like blue-collar labor. involving surveillance and manual tasks. Lisa Kresge from the UC Berkeley Labor Center notes that tech leaders' mystification of AI is a tactic to disempower critics and workers. Sarita Gupta of the Ford Foundation points out that unionization in the US is at historic lows, just 9.9% of workers in 2025, unchanged from 2024 and the lowest in nearly 40 years. She argues that if AI were designed by workers, it wouldn't be such a threat. It's a reminder that how we choose to deploy technology is ultimately a human decision. Google is dealing with another trade secrets case, this time involving a former hardware engineer, her husband, and her sister. Samaneh Gandali, a 41-year-old Iranian national who worked as a hardware engineer at Google in Silicon Valley, along with her husband Mohammad Javad Khosravi, and her sister Sorur Gandali, a former Google intern, have been charged with stealing trade secrets related to Google's Tensor processor, the chip that powers Pixel smartphones. The three were arrested yesterday and appeared in federal court in San Jose, California. They face 14 felony counts, including conspiracy, theft of trade secrets, and destruction of evidence. If convicted, they could face up to 20 years in prison. Google says it took quick action after discovering the incident, stating, quote, "We have enhanced safeguards to protect our confidential information and immediately alerted law enforcement," end quote. This case follows last month's conviction of another former Google engineer, Linwei Ding, who was found guilty of economic espionage and theft of trade secrets for stealing AI technology for the benefit of China. Those AI fears are hitting the markets too. US stocks declined yesterday amid ongoing concerns about artificial intelligence disrupting various industries. The S&P 500 fell 0.3%, the Dow Jones dropped 0.5%, and the Nasdaq slipped 0.3%. Booking Holdings took a particularly hard hit, plunging 6.1% despite actually exceeding quarterly profit expectations. Its stock is now down about 25% year-to-date as investors worry that AI could erode its travel booking market share. Other companies feeling the AI anxiety include Blue Owl Capital, down 5.9%, Apollo Global Management down 5.2%, and Ares Management down 3.1%. Analysts are calling it a quote shoot first, ask questions later end quote approach. On the flip side, Deere surged 11.6% on higher profits, and oil prices rose nearly 2% due to geopolitical tensions between the US and Iran over nuclear program concerns. That's all for today. World leaders are grappling with how to make AI accessible and safe. Rivalries in the AI industry are becoming increasingly public. Workers are organizing in response to technological disruption, and markets are trying to figure out who the winners and losers will be in the AI revolution. We'll continue following these stories as they develop. Thank you for staying informed with DigiAll Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.